Hello, housemates, and welcome back to Planescape Torment. We are here in the Gathering Dust Bar, talking to various people who are obsessed with death. It's, you know, it's how you expect. It's like going to some sort of goth concert. Alright, but there's some things that I want to do. I keep forgetting that I have this note. Where's the note? Is it this one? Like a folding page. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. 1, 2, 0. So, upper right, lower right, upper left, lower right. Okay. Right. Lower right. Upper left. All right. There we go. We fold the right back in. As you fold the upper right corner back to the center, the lower left corner mirrors the action until all the corners touch in the center. You watch for a moment, and the corners of the paper raise up, turning the note into a small, four-sided paper pyramid. Open the sides of the pyramid. You peel back the sides of the pyramid and the paper disintegrates to dust. Inside, a small triangle-shaped earring. It catches the light and gleams brightly. Take the earring. Huzzah! Alright, here's our triangle earring. Identify. Oh, I can't do that. So we'll have to deal with that later. Here's this ring. So we haven't figured out some of those things yet. Alright, so we've talked to Sayre. We've talked to waits for death. Where is he? Where'd you go? We talked to you. I guess he's down here. We could sell our soul to one of the dustmen for some money. But I don't think I'm going to do that right now. So I've talked to various people in here. There are some side quests we could do. We have our main quest to find Ferret. Yeah, we should probably do that. So let's run around. Lots of prostitutes.
I'm gone. All right.
Here's a hive thug. Hey, hive thug, what's up? You see a heavy-set looking man. He has a stone-faced expression. Greetings. The man looks at you for a moment, grunts, and then raises a hand, revealing a wicked dagger. He smiles evilly and begins twirling it in a menacing arc. We're gonna attack him.
I'm hurt.
Morday, you asshole, help me out. There we go.
Did you see that?
Morday doing some work here.
I'm gone.
Run. Get him. Kill the thug. So that was easy enough. That's what you get for looking at me in a menacing way.
I'm gone.
I'm gonna steal your random garbage. I didn't even need it. I just didn't want you to have it.
All right.
This is a transition to another area. Some more Dabus. Hive dweller. Prostitutes. Thugs. Here is a place. What place is this? not telling me. Well, I'll just walk in here then. What are you? This is just a tomb with some shit in it. This sarcophagus appears to have been here for centuries. There is no lid. The exterior seems to be made of solid stone.
Done.
Alright, here's some money and Penn's note. I don't have room for it. Now I do. Let's read this note. Oh, there it is. No. This note has been written with remarkable penmanship upon the finest parchment. Vaxis, if you are reading this, then you have undoubtedly failed in your task and have been forced to use the escape route I arranged. I told you that your little disguise idea was ridiculous. In any case, you'll need to lay low for a while. The dustmen may be deluded, but they are not fools, and they will certainly seek retribution for our intrusion. I've left you some coins. Use them to secure a hiding place in the hive, preferably in Ragpicker's Square. The dustmen will be unwilling to look for you there. Once you have secured a new hiding place, I have a new mission for you. Find out where Ferret is getting those bodies he's delivering to the mortuary. It's apparently causing the dustmen a great deal of upset, and I wouldn't mind knowing myself. Reports are that the stone-faced dustman at the Gathering Dust Bar, Initiate Emmerich, I think the fool's name is, has been sending out finders to try and mark Ferret's movements. See if you can find out how far along he is, and hinder his efforts until we know more about Ferret's activities. I don't want Emmerich finding out something before we do. Pen. Alright, well, that's something. That's just a random crypt we walked into.
All right.
What else we got here?
All right.
Dabbis. There's a door. Is this like someone's house? Hello, house. Hello, wife of Angiar. Hello, Angiar. This man looks haunted. His eyes are half-lidded, as if he's had trouble sleeping, and his hair is long and unkempt. His beard is flecked with bits of dead skin and old bits of food. He doesn't seem to notice you as you approach. Greetings. The man glances up at the sound of your voice, and his slack expression vanishes. It looks like someone has lit 2 fires in his eyes. What be your business barging into me house? His eyes narrow and his teeth clench. Get out, or I'll send ye back to whatever grave you crawled from. Let's see. Let's not be terribly threatening. Calm yourself. I had some questions. The man's face turns blood red and he begins shouting, Are ye daft? With a snarl, he spits at your feet. Ye filthy, scar-ridden dog, off with ye, or even the powers won't be able to save your hide. All right, farewell then. The man throws a parting shot at your back. You'd best never come cross me door again, you wretch, stinking bastard. Leave without another word. Is his wife coming over to talk to us? I'm gonna go talk to your wife. This woman looks to be in her middle years, and her hair has streaks of gray running through it. Lines of worry crisscross her face. As she sees you, she seems torn between asking you to leave and calling for the man at the table. Greetings. Ye'd best leave, for I call me husband. He won't take kindly to ye having barged your way into our house. See, if you were going to call him, you would have done so already. I have questions for you. She glances toward her husband, worry in her eyes. I have not the time, stranger. Don't be troubling me with such things. Excuse me, are you all right? Me? She seems surprised. Oh, I. She lowers her voice. Ye'd best leave. Me husband has not been himself of late. Ye'd best not provoke him with your presence. I spoke with him. He seems troubled. What's wrong with him? He's been out of sorts late. A touch of the cough, maybe. She gives an unconvincing half-shrug. If you tell me what's wrong with him, I might be able to help. I think he's done something he regrets. Her worried expression melts into despair. I think he signed one of the dead contracts. I can't imagine what possessed him to do such a foolish thing. Dead contracts? I know what they are. Why am I asking that question? The dead, the dustmen, have contracts that give them the right to someone's body after they die. What do the dustmen do with a body after death? Animate it with their black magics, turn it into one of the walking dead, make it a worker till... She looks at her husband helplessly. Till it rots away. Your husband won't need his body after death. What's the problem? The ghoulishness of the contract aside, it's his nature that's been changed. He's become sullen and dark since he's done the sign-in, and he can't seem to rouse himself to look for honest work. It's like the lady's shadow hangs on him. Why did your husband sign such a thing? He may have been goat-eager to bring home some more jink than custom. He's prideful, but I think he's hurt himself more by doing so. Can't this contract be undone? She looks at you, surprised, then sighs. I've tried. I've spoken to the dustman he did the sign-in with, but he's a cold and chill one, like all the dusties. He even lectured me on me husband, as if I had no right to try and help him. Her lips become tight, a thin line, as if picturing the dustman's face. He was cold and cruel, he was. Let me see what I can do. Who was this dustman your husband signed the contract with? The dusty calls himself Gravesend. I know not his first name. He has a table at the dustman bar in the hive. Gatherin' Dust, I believe the place is named. You can most like find him there, trying to get more people to sign his contracts. I'll seek him out, then. Where is this Gathering Dust bar? He asked as if he didn't know.
Updated my journal.
Head out to the street outside, go to the memorial statue, then head south and west from there. She taps her fingers against her chin. You should run right into it. There's one of them... She wrinkles her face in disgust. Walking corpses out front. Very well. I'll see what I can do. I won't turn away such a friendly gesture. She seems grateful. Then her worried expression returns. But I must ask ye not let on that I asked you to do such a thing. My husband has a terrible temper, and if he were to find out... She shudders. So I've been being all promisey so far, so I'll continue to do that. Vow, I promise that your husband will not find out. Thank ye, stranger. I appreciate your help. It's no trouble. I'll go see about undoing your husband's contract now. So this, I think, is the reason, the thing that I can do with the dead contract. I can go and substitute myself in the place of Angiar, and so that's a reason and something I can get out of signing the contract.
I've never seen something so ugly. I've not.
Shut up, rat lady. You're not so hot yourself. Alright, Emmerich, we have spoken with him before.
Done.
Where are you, jerkface? Oh wait, Mortai Gravesend is who we're looking for. Ah, traveler! Mortai smiles as he sees you. We meet again. I don't remember what the voice I did for this guy before was. I should keep track of that kind of thing. And how may I help you on this fine Sigillian day? He looks hopeful. Come to sign the contract, perhaps. Are you the one who signed the contract with Angiar? Mortai frowns. He looks puzzled. Mayhap. He thinks for a moment. I don't recall the name, however. Do you have that contract with you? Mortai frowns, then looks into the folds of his robes. I do not normally keep the documents with me, but it may be that... Mortai pulls forth a sheath of papers from within his robes and begins leafing through the documents. No, I don't have it on me. Would you like me to fetch it from one of the black rooms? If you could, I would like to see it. Hold on a moment. He steps up from the table and departs. Wait for him to return.
Updated my journal.
After a while, Mortai returns, a dusty piece of parchment in his hands. He holds it up, allowing you to see it, but he does not allow it to leave his grip. Look over the parchment. There it is, sir. Angiar, very somber fellow, was quick to sign. He clucks his tongue, and now a much richer fellow. You glance over the contract. It looks genuine and very official. Very well. It all looks in order. Mordai puts the contract away, and you notice he tucks it into his robe instead of putting it in the back room. Mordai clucks his tongue. Does that answer your questions about the contract? So, I think... How does this work? I feel like there's something I can do here if I have high enough dexterity, or once I become a thief or something. So I'm gonna leave that be for now. Yeah. So, yes, that's all I wish to know. Farewell. Mordai turns to leave. We know what he's gonna say, that I look familiar. Farewell. Alright, so that's another side quest we have to deal with at some point.
Done.
Alright,
I've never seen
oops.
something so ugly I've not.
Quests. Alright, find Farid, help Sevtai get revenge, find a way to help Ingress, free Angiar, look into the matter of the Mausoleum's Walking Dead, find Craddock. Alright, so we're just gonna go to this nearest exit point. I'm not necessarily looking to do this in the most efficient fashion. I'm just looking to be thorough and get various things, get everything done. Alright, here we are. A hive tout. You know, calling the news and things like that. A whole bunch of harlots. Some thugs prowling. Are you coming right after me? Here's a barrier. Elise, this panic-stricken young woman runs up to you, breathless, tears streaming down her face. Please, sir, you've got to help me stop them. They'll kill each other, they will. What's going on? 'Tis me brother and me lover. They're fighting. Just harsh words now, but I just know they'll be bleeding each other in a moment. Help me stop them, I beg of ye. Let's see. We are going to be very lawful, but we're not going to be necessarily good. You know, if you're good at something, never do it for free, right? So I can stop them, but I don't work for nothing. I can give you jink blood, at least 100 commons worth. Just stop them. All right. I'll return when I've spoken to them. I don't even know who the hell she's talking about. I assume it's like these people with names. Hey.
Just look natural. Casual.
Okay, this is one of the two men shouting and waving their weapons at each other. It seems as if at any moment they'll leap at each other's throat. Greetings. The man, faced reddened from the exertion of hurling curses at his foes, whirls to face you. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy, you sod? Your lover no, let's not do that. I'm wondering why the two of you are fighting. None of your business, you Burke. Pike off. Any way I can help resolve the dispute? No, you can't. This son of a whore keeps sticking his nose in me life with Elsie, and now he's gonna get it cut right off his ugly face. It's no concern of yours, so stays out of it. Your lover wanted me to stop the two of you from fighting. The man suddenly becomes silent. Elise called for you, eh? I don't know who you are, Burke, but I don't see how you plans on stopping us. Look, Elise doesn't want to see either of you hurt. Can't you take care of whatever the problem is without scaring the wits out of her? Can't you mind your own business? Go stuff your head in a dung heap, Burke. Stop fighting, or I'll beat both of you bloody. What are you, barmy cutter? Look at yourself. You may be good and scarred, but you don't worries me. Stop rattling your bone box and pike off. Okay. Wait, what else can I do? Okay, fine, farewell. So, I don't know exactly what's going on here. I'm gonna go talk to him before bad things happen. No, stop it. This is one of the two men shouting and waving. Hey. Wait, why is he dying? Does it combat stop? It seems as if at any moment they'll leap each other's throats. Greetings. The man face reddened. Let's see. I'm wondering why you two are fighting. Any way I can help? Farewell then. Alright, well. Some people are dying. Let's,
I'm hurt.
I don't know how that could have been resolved better.
Damn. I'm hurt.
Oh, I died.
Great. I hope he doesn't lose his memory.
Okay. That was weird.
Looks like the Dusty's lost one of the deaders.
I'm gone.
I've never seen something so ugly if not. That a gradually telling us proper about that.
Fuck the tout. This attractive, scantily clad woman calls out to you as she makes your approach. Pardon me, good sir, pardon. You seem a bit lost. If I may be so bold, would you require the services of a tout, perchance? Only a single copper, sir. What's a tout? A guide, sir, to see you round this part of the hive. All right. Here's a copper piece. I thank ye, sir. 'Tis jink well spent. She pockets the copper coin. There's 2 gates leading from here. Both are on the westernmost side of the area, one in the north and one in the south. 2 places ye may wish to visit are the Smoldering Corpse Bar and a tattoo parlor. Lastly, there's a set of buildings oft times called the Tenement of Thugs, a dangerous, dangerous place, sir. Where's this Tenement of Thugs? She nods. 'Tis a cluster of buildings along the northern side of this area, sir. You'll want to avoid the place, unless, of course, you'll be spoiling for a fight. Where's the Smoldering Corpse Bar? 'Tis in the very middle of the area, sir, a square building with a domed roof. Walk along the southernmost east-west road. You'll see its entrance facing the south. Tattoo parlor? The parlor's at the eastern end of this area, sir, a domed building with wrought iron mesh atop it. Its entrance faces southwest. Where's the northwest gate lead? To the part of the hive where the mortuary lies, sir. The gathering dust bar, the Dustman Memorial, and the mausoleum are there. So that's where we came from. Where's the southwest gate lead? The gate leads to the part of the hive which holds the Office for Vermin and Disease Control, as well as a decent-sized market. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. Okay. Whatever. Let them do their thing. Collector. This man is draped in filthy, tattered brown robes. A long hood conceals most of his face from view. Greetings. You see his eyes narrow beneath his hood. He takes a step back. What do you want? What are you doing? I'm looking for some damned bodies is what I'm trying to do. But you'd think the dead powers had packed up their kip and left the plains. The way people are staying healthy and all. There's a sudden gleam in his eyes. We had a pox last month, and it was a glorious time. It was bodies stinking to the high heavens, and plenty of jink to be had, too. Why are you looking for bodies? He looks surprised. Well, you haul the blighters to the mortuary. There you talk to the Dusties, haggle a little, and get a few bits of jink. Why did the Dustmen buy bodies? We already know this. What's this place? He frowns at you. We're in the hive, of course. Dirtiest bit of all sigil. Where are you from, Cutter? You from the Prime or something? No, it's all I wish to know. Farewell. And here's Damsel in Distress. You see a pretty young woman. Her hair is in disarray and the bodice of her dress is torn. She is looking about in desperation and then notices you. Greetings. She runs up to you and grabs your arm. You notice the front of her dress is stained with blood. Help me, Cutter. Please. They're killing my sister. She begins to tug on your arm. Who? She looks around wildly. This drunken man who followed us from one of the taverns. We thought he meant no harm. Please, Cutter, there's no more time. Help us. Wait. First you said they were killing your sister, and now you say he is killing her. Which is it? She stares at you, unsure of what to say. I'm distraught. I made a mistake. She glances at the blood stain on her dress. Please, help me, Cutter. Examine the blood on her dress. You glance down at her dress and look at the blood. Although it does appear to be real, it is completely dried. It must be hours old. That blood is hours old. What are you up to? You see her eyes flick to the bloodstains and then back to you. You think you can hear a hint of nervousness in her voice. You are mistaken, Cutter. Please, help me. My sister lies dying while we tarry. Say truth. So, remember, telling the truth is not always good. We are actually telling the truth that you're up to something. Tell me what's going on or I'll kill you, right? So, we're not in the business of lying with this character, but we're also not in the business of being good. So, we'll say truth. You're up to something. Tell me what it is or I'll kill you. She looks into your eyes and then glances at the scars that cover your body. She swallows nervously and you see her pale before your eyes. I'm supposed to lure people into an alley nearby. They're waiting there to take your jink. She looks at you apprehensively. Let me give you some advice. She gazes at you in silence, then she nods her head. Don't pick someone like me as your mark. Choose some drunken fop who looks like he's never seen a battle in his life. She nods once curtly, and make sure he looks like he has more than a couple coins to his name. Now get out of here. She nods curtly and then backs away from you. She hesitates for a moment, and then turns to leave. Thank you, Cutter. She sprints off. So we just gave her advice on how to better be a criminal. You know, that's a great idea, I'm sure. Alright, there's a bunch of side quests around here. Mourns-for-Trees is a dude that's like... Oh, we know you. Hey! This wild-eyed man is hunched over, barking and howling at the top of his lungs. Beneath his thick, matted hair, you can make out a series of strange tattoos. They run the range from screaming faces to bizarre geometric shapes, to what appear to be lines of verse. He is almost naked, but the dirt and filth covering him gives him a semblance of modesty. Give a long, forlorn howl. Ow! The man whirls on you as he hears your howl, then gives a lopsided grin, and he throws his head back, howling with you. He stops a few minutes later, and then resumes his loping, snarling, and barking like some feral dog. Snarl back at him, baring your teeth. The man's barking ends with a snarl, and he leaps at you. If this is how you want to die, Wolfman. Ow! Morte!
I'm hurt.
Jackass, Morte. Help me!
I'm gone.
Get out of my way, angry hive dweller.
I'm hurt.
Jesus. So, you can use items.
Die.
God, I am really getting messed up here. You can use healing items, like, you know, en masse when you pause. So, it's pretty hard to die as long as you have enough healing items.
I'm hurt.
But as you can see, you use them up very quickly. Alright. So those are 3 thugs of the starved dog barking variety, whom we were asked to dispatch by the lady at the memorial. So we've gotten 3 of them. They seem to be full up here. Probably get rid of these. Alright, so covered that. Let's talk to Mourns-for-Trees here. You see a tired-looking, sorrowful old man who is gazing at the ash-dead tree in front of him. He is mumbling to himself and tapping his chin, as if trying to figure something out. Occasionally, he shakes his head sadly. Greetings. He seems momentarily startled as you interrupt his train of thought. He speaks in a calm, unhurried tone, but one full of sadness. Oh, greetings to you too, friend. How's this day find you? It finds me well. He smiles, but sorrow still lies in his eyes. That's good, friend. Hope your good fortune continues. He seems about to turn back to the tree. And how's this day find you? He shrugs slightly and proffers a bit of a smile. Fortune finds me well, though I am saddened just the same. Why is that? He pats the tree beside him. It's the trees here in the hive. They're dying, friend, and no one cares. Seeing the look on your face, he holds his hands up, as if to silence you for a moment. It may not matter to some, but it's important to me. I feel it's a shame to see the last tatters of life and beauty in this ward left uncared for to die. Can you understand that, friend? Let's see. Yes. You're right. It's a sad thing. He seems surprised and blurts out, Really? I mean, wonderful. Perhaps you would... He pauses, and then seems suddenly suspicious. He recomposes himself, speaking in his usual slow manner. In any case, that's good. I suppose you have some questions for me now. Not just yet. What is it that you were going to ask? For the first time, the man seems genuinely happy. Beaming, he explains, It's difficult for anything to survive here. Just look around and you'll see what I mean, friend. I'm not sure if it's possible for the trees to thrive here, even if they somehow were to get enough light and clean water. Go on. He nods enthusiastically. But if enough people care, really want them to live, I just know they'll survive. They'll turn green again and flourish. You could be right. I am right. I'm certain of it. A sense of conviction surrounds him like an aura. He seems so unlike the man you first spoke to. That's all I'd ask of you, friend. Just care for them. Hope for their recovery. In time, should enough people want it, it will come to pass. Can you do that for me, friend? So here is one of the instances where whether you lie or tell the truth will actually make some meaningful difference. I'm pretty sure that eventually you can have the trees grow back, if you want it and hard enough and truly want it. So if you want that effect, you have to say yes here. So again, we're telling the truth all the time. Yes, I'll help. Excellent, my friend, excellent. I thank you. You've given me back my confidence, my purpose. Perhaps I can find others like you who listen. Perhaps we'll make a difference. What about your companions, friend? Would you speak to them on my behalf? Morday, what do you think? Huh? Oh yeah, Chief. Sure. Whatever you say. I'm serious, Morty. Can you make the effort? Morday looks at you for a while, silently then nods. Yeah, I can. If it's that important to you, I'll do it. Thanks. I had some question, Mourns. Any change in the trees yet? No, not yet, friend, though I still have hope. Who are you? I'm called Mourns-for-Trees by the people here, friend. I'm looking for a man named Farid. Sorry, friend. When I first came here, I spoke to many people, but I don't remember anyone by that name. Alright, later. So, as you get more party members, you can bring all of them by here and have them, you know, try and get them to believe in the trees. So here's a dude with a name. Adiozoil Arian Ard. Let's see what his deal is. This slightly effeminate, well-groomed young man is watching passers-by with a contemptuous sneer. His hand rests on an elaborately crafted, bejeweled hilt of a saber. With his silk garments and suede boots, he seems painfully out of place. Greetings. Though, with all his delicate feature and bow lips, he could make a pass for a comely woman, his voice, despite its softness, is without doubt a male's. A stranger. Another cutter. He spits the word out, as if the taste offend him. Come to challenge my blade? Let's see. I'm not really good at fighting yet. Pretty sure he would kill me. So I'm going to say, no, farewell. We can come back to him later. Rake Chaser. This filthy, robed man is meandering about, looking around warily. You notice he never seems to stray far from the young nobleman nearby. He sees you looking at him and begins to move off hurriedly. Greetings. He spins to face you, eyes wide with fear. You notice his face is covered with weeping sores. Fat, black flies flit lazily about his head. Don't hurt me, my lord. I don't know nothing. I don't got nothing. I had some questions. He steps back a ways, stumbling, and sputters out, But I told you, my lord, I don't know nothing, I don't. We'll see about that. Will you speak? I'll talk to you, my lord. He wrings his hands together nervously, stopping only to ward off any flies that land on his facial sores. What are you doing here? Huh? Oh, I follow this blood about. He nods towards the young nobleman standing nearby, who spots him and frowns contemptuously before looking away again. Clean up his messes, if you know what I mean. The bodies. Why do you do that? I, sell the debtors at the mortuary to the dustmen. For jink, you know. I sell what they got on them, too, if they died. Without friends. Who is this noble? Who, him? I don't know, my lord. Wandered in one day, started picking fights. Duels, he calls them. I don't speak to him, you see. Just drag off the debtors. Maybe you could go and, ask him. He's a good fighter, then. He nods. Oh, aye. I'm no great judge, you see, but he seems right deadly, he does. I wouldn't fight him, if that's what you're thinking. How's he fight? With a sword? Magic? With a curved sword, me lord. A sword. Right fancy thing it is. And he's got some right fancy moves to go with it. He's fast and moves like he's dancing. The man leaps into a poor imitation of a fencer's stance, sending off a cloud of annoyed flies. Snick, snack, snicker-snack, and the like. You're dead, he nods. You think he's better than me? He suddenly looks worried. No, that's not what I was saying, my lord. I haven't seen you fight, though. Mayhap you could, try him. Find out. But he'll kill you if you're not good enough, you know. If you want, I can give the dustman your last wishes in case you, lose. No thanks. Farewell. So, I'm trying to remember. I feel like I can fight him, die, and come back and, like, just scare the shit out of him by doing that.
I'm gone.
Angry thugs. Hey. Stupid thugs. Die. Yeah, go ahead and run. Rat tail. Money. Bronze bracelet. I didn't see what this was. A white oval with a black lightning bolt through it is inscribed in the keystone of the entrance to this building. Alright, let's go in here. Here's Fel. Oh, this is the tattoo parlor, I think. You see a Dabus, but something about it strikes you as odd. It has the same shock of white hair, the same greenish cast to its skin, and the same pair of goat horns. Then you suddenly realize this one's walking on the ground, not floating. For some reason, that makes you uneasy. I had some questions for you. The Dabus waits. Who are you? As you are about to ask, you suddenly realize you already know the Dabus' name. His name is Fel. As if in response, the Dabus inclines his head slightly. A lone symbol appears above its head. It is blurry at first, then resolves into a white oval with a black lightning bolt through it. I feel like I know you, Fel. Fel bows reverently, and a stream of symbols swirl about his head, rotating clockwise, then counterclockwise. It takes you a moment to translate. This is the first time, and not the first time you have come to this place. That's helpful. Do you know who I am? Another series of symbols materialize quickly and sharply into focus above Fel's head. The translation comes to you just as quickly and sharply as the symbols themselves, and as if you have translated this exact same string many times before. Yes, but I am not permitted to tell your story. Why not?
Updated my journal.
For a moment, there is no response from Fel. Then a stream of rebuses appears, as if trickling out of Fel's mind. My apologies. I cannot change the nature of a man. You can't explain why, but this sentence, this last sentence, sends a crawling sensation through your skull. Nature of a man. What does that mean? The symbols that appear above Fel almost mirror the previous stream. My apologies. I cannot say. I see. I had another question for you, Fel. The Dabus waits. Let's see. You say you've met me before, Fel. Do you know how I died? Fel does not respond for a moment. Then slowly, menacingly, 3 symbols materialize above his head, each of them casting a long shadow. Shadows. Shadows. The 3 symbols swirl about each other, each leaving a faint black misty trail about them. They take on a ragged edge like teeth and talons and multiply. Where there were 3, there is 9. 9 becomes 27 until the room is a swarm of shadows. Many shadows. They streamed from the darkness, swarmed you, then left you to die. Why? The shadowed symbols swirl into one, then dissolve, to replace with one simple symbol. I do not know. I see. I have some other questions. What lies beyond that curtain, Fel? A caravan train of symbols slowly materialize around Fel, one by one. It is my gallery. Your discarded skins are my canvas. I admire you. I am saddened for you. Saddened for me? Why? Another caravan of symbols forms around Fel, this time forming a circle. The mark of torment lies upon your flesh. Tragedies and loss have built themselves upon it, like stones upon a foundation. You have endured great pain. What do you mean? A long string of rebuses appears above Fel's head, then surrounds his arm like manacles. I admire you because you have never surrendered to the weight of these losses, despite the fact that their chains still hang on you. Go on. A long string of rebuses appears above Fel's head, then falls, covering him like a cloak. These losses blanket this life and all of your past ones. You shed lives like a molting serpent. You are exploring the infinite paths of life. Tell me more. The string of rebuses appears above Fel's head, then suddenly falls to the floor, streaming out behind him like a shadow. Take with you this warning. Each of your lives casts a shadow on existence. You must travel to a place where these shadows have gone mad and regrets have scarred the earth. Is there anything else you can tell me? A brief series of paper-thin rebuses appear in an orderly row next to Fel, then vanish into glowing motes. Do not sign anything. Okay, well, maybe it's good that we haven't yet signed the dead contract. Very well. Another series of rebuses appear, forming a spiral. They have a texture of a question about them. Do you feel complete? Again, we're telling the truth. I don't. In fact, ever since I woke up in the mortuary, I feel like something's missing. Something inside. Fel nods, and a series of symbols materialize in a halo around him. You are strong. Keep faith, and you shall become whole again. I'll try. I had some other questions. Let's see. Never mind. Let's see here. I'm going to get Morte to translate. I feel like that does something different. Morte, can you translate for me? Morte scoffs. Ugh, I'd sooner be strained through a Tanari's bowels than unravel what this goat head's trying to say. You want a translator? Find a Sigil native. I see. Well, fine. We're not going to do that. Alright. Prostitutes. Kind of want to go to that bar. There's a bunch of stuff in the Smoldering Corpse bar to do. Amaris. You see a young woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. She smells faintly of cheap perfume, and her face, though pretty, is painted with garish makeup. She smiles coyly as she sees you. Seeking some company, love? No, but I had some questions. Sorry, love. I don't stand here to answer the questions of passers-by. Sure you wouldn't like a little company? No, farewell. There's someone with a name that we can't actually interact with. It's a drunk. There's a tout. Hive dweller. What up, drunk? This man sways unsteadily back and forth, catches his balance for a moment, then manages a sick, twisted smile at something just past your right ear. Greetings. He nods slowly, then manages a phlegm-filled gurgle, and a small green-colored trail of drool begins to drip from the side of his mouth, running down into his scruffy, dirt-caked beard. He looks like he's barely able to stand up, much less carry on a conversation. Never mind. Farewell. So these demons, they will mess you up if you just as much as talk to them. So unless you are ready to deal with a demon, do not fight them. They're worth a lot of XP, so some people fight them on purpose. Bandage ourselves up here. Come on.
Damn it.
All right. The rags. Pick up the earring. Rusty dagger. Angry hive dweller. Is this where I want to be? Yes, it is. All right, so we're going to end the episode here, and when we begin again, we will talk to various people in the Smoldering Corpse bar. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. If you would like to see more of Planescape Torment, and I really think you should do so, please subscribe to this channel. As usual, if you're not going to do either of those things, then I don't care what you do.